Hey there, Cindy Hackett, Realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Drysdale Properties in Modesto, California. It is a fabulous day here. It is lovely weather. I am very happy. It looks like we are cruising into some early little bit of summertime. I don't really know the exact temperature. I would guess we're somewhere in the mid 80s, if not upper 80s. So that makes me one happy person. I hope you are having a great day wherever you are. So let's get right down to it. I have some special information for you today about accessory dwelling units, additional dwelling units, granny flats. They come by so many different names. But I went to a class this morning and I wanted to bring some of that information to you. But first, let's talk about what's going on in the market. So I'm going to speak about the things that have gone on in our multiple listing service, which runs from Nevada County all the way down to the western half of Merced, including Nevada, Placer, El Dorado, Sacramento counties, Yolo, Amador, San Joaquin, Stanislaus, and the western half of Merced. So things of significance, two things: price reductions. Holy cow, price reductions are through the roof right now. Last week we were sitting at 160 properties last Wednesday that had their prices reduced. And this week we're sitting at 226. That's bananas. That's 41% more than we had last week. And I really think that that is due to people wanting to take advantage of the fact that this is the last week of May and they're hoping to get their property in contract before summer officially starts next month. So I think that is why that number is so large. I haven't seen a number like that. I'm looking historically, probably was sometime last year. We haven't had that many price reductions on a Wednesday since last year. And then the other number is our solds. Yay, they closed escrow. That number is up 25%. That's crazy bananas too. Last week we were down 17%. This week we're up 25%. Maybe next week we'll just be holding steady. But last week we had 181 properties that closed escrow last Wednesday, and this week we have so far 227. So let's talk for a minute about granny flats. I think that's a horrid name for them, but maybe you want to put an additional dwelling unit in your backyard, and that is exactly what they're called, ADU, additional dwelling unit. And where do you go to get information? And what the heck does that even mean? Well, short answer, you go to your city, because there are state regulations and then there are also city regulations that supersede state regulations. So I do have a resource for you to go to. I have a couple of resources actually, but at the minimum, an additional dwelling unit, an accessory dwelling unit, an ADU needs to have its own entrance. It needs to have its own kitchen, its own bathroom, and its own living space. Generally, according to the class that I went today, they can be no larger than 50% of the main house. And the state says that the owner of the property must live in one of those two units, whether you build an additional dwelling unit in your backyard and you're going to go live in it and rent out your main house, or you live in the main house and rent out the additional dwelling unit. Either way, it has to be owner occupied. One of those residents has to be owner occupied. And you also cannot rent for less than 30 days, which means no Airbnb. You can't build an Airbnb in your backyard. You can't build a VRBO in your backyard. That's a no-no. You can only build a second dwelling unit to rent out for longer than 30 days. Okay, so where do you go to find that information? Well, you would go to my website. And if you are the first person to go to my website and look on the Sellers tab and tell me what that first heading is, that first link, you will get a prize. Text me your answer to 209-566-5828, and I am happy to pop that in the mail to you. So again, you're going to go to cindyh.com, CYNDYH.com. You're going to look at the Sellers tab and you're going to tell me what's that first entry there, because that is the place. Those are the people that put on the class that I went to today. They're located down in San Diego, and they have information for cities down south, in the Bay Area, they called it the Bay Area, but really, if you're from here, we know it more as Silicon Valley. It really wasn't the Bay Area, because to me, the Bay Area is, you know, San Francisco, San Leandro, Berkeley, Oakland. That's the Bay Area. Not so much Fremont, Milpitas. That's Silicon Valley area. But they constantly update. They have all the state regulations there. That's a great place to start. And then below that, is also, there are two more tabs below that, all referring to information about additional dwelling units, and those two tabs are specifically for Modesto City. So you can find all three of those tabs on my website, cindyh.com. Tell me what that first one is, and you're going to get a prize. All right, I hope you have a fabulous weekend and a fabulous rest of your week, a great weekend coming up. Oh my gosh, do you have a ton of stuff planned? We are packed for June. I am looking forward to a really fun summer. I hope you are too. Okay, Cindy Hackett, Realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Drysdale Properties in Modesto, California, helping you open the door to your future and maybe open the door to your dwelling unit in your backyard. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.